Well, hello friends. Today we are going to work on the web server again. So I'd like to do directory listings because if you remember last time, if you were here, what we ended up with was the ability to serve HTML pages, and that's basically it. Like, we can just serve HTML, and I think we even hard-coded the MIME type, or the content type encoding to be text/HTML. Right. So all the responses look like this, and it would be cool if we could like open up a directory here, and instead of not found bro, it would give us a directory listing. So imagine that we had in just pick up root, and so this is what we have in www currently, and then we would have like a directory here, and actually just gets 404'd anyway. And yeah, so if we have an index.html here, of course it gets shown, but if we don't have that, I would like to show the contents of this directory. So excuse me. So let's implement that. And how are we going to do that? I guess we'll just, when we handle a request, and this is where we open the file and we send the file to the client. But if it turns out that it is a directory, then what we currently do is we just append index.html and try that. But if this fails, I think we should still open it. So let's see. If it is a directory and and there isn't an index.html, file exists. Oh, I wish we had that API. So let's implement it. Yes, return. Do we have to stat? We could even just, well, maybe stat is okay. So that makes for a pretty nice API, because then we can just ask if the path builder to string does not exist, then we should do a directory listing. Handle directory listing, and return, and we'll give it the So this is a little bit cumbersome, actually. Why is it structured this way? Like we're building up the path by going www and then the path that the browser asked for, and then we add index.html like this. So I guess we can path builder to string. It's a little bit strange, but it will work. So original, or what do we call this? Path is path builder to string, right? Try to append. So if the path that we're trying is a directory, then try to append index.html to that. If that exists, then we do a directory listing for path, if that does not exist, right? But if it does exist, then we will have to open it. So path is index HTML path builder to string. All right. And then here we can just use path. Okay, this is a little awkward. Just as help, maybe a bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. So what do we want to do in handle directory listing of a path? And that would be a string. Okay. So that's fine. Let's just add that to the header. Okay. Now we can use a directory iterator. So we have the libcore dir iterator, and we create one of those, core dir iterator path, and I think that's it. And then while dt has next, then we get a name of the thing, so advanced next. No, wait, what is it? Next path. Okay, I haven't used this API so much. It's something that Robin made early on. It's a very nice API. I just I always forget how it works. Okay, and then I guess we should start building up the HTML somewhere. So we'll start with that. Doc type. Make a nice little web page here. Index of, that's pretty good. Path. Actually, we can do builder append path, builder append. We don't have to use format strings. Okay, and then we just do a little body tag, and afterwards let's close it up. So let's see, maybe we'll put a heading here, like index of I don't know. It's not going to be the fanciest HTML, obviously, but it'll be something. And then maybe we can do an unsorted list. So I'm partly deliberately writing this in extremely basic HTML because I want to be able to view it in the Serenity browser, which is not the most capable browser yet. So we're sticking with tags that I know work. So we'll do something basic here. Let's just log the, or print out the name of the thing. So name. Okay, now let's send this as a response. So we should probably make a helper for this. Send okay response, or just send response maybe. And the response is going to be file read all. Okay. socket write response. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That will allow us to send response builder to string, and should be good. All right, let's try this out. I cannot just convert that to a byte buffer, I guess. Okay, wait, no. What do I do? 2 byte buffer? Okay. Maybe this thing should take a string view rather. If we take a string view, then we can pass in anything. String view is nice that way. String view, string view, string view, string view. Although I guess we would want to be able to send something that, so I'm thinking about null terminators, but string view does not care. Characters without null terminators. Yeah, because we'll just write it. Even if it has null terminators, we'll still write them. So string view is a little bit weird that way. Like it's a string, but it does not care about null termination, which I think is good, because null termination is kind of stupid. Let's be honest. Like how many problems in this world are because of null terminated strings? Like tens of thousands, right? Oh, right. We have to rebuild some stuff because we added core file exists. But generally, I guess I kind of like this structure that we're going for here. So maybe we should make these hyperlinked. So ahref, and we will builder pen. Okay, why can't I type name? And then we'll close it. Okay. This feels even unusually sluggish today. Just OBS doing its thing. All right. All right, let's take a look-see here. Oh shit, right, well, directed does not exist. This is not doing what I had intended. Get, this is the get directory, blah, blah, blah. We should probably try to log some more stuff so we can see what's gone wrong here. But basically, this directory, this path here should be taken. And then if this file does not exist, oh shit, we can't just do this with the stat. We gotta verify that it's 0. Otherwise, that's no good. And let's make a directory structure right away. So paste up the dub directory test HTML foo and bar. Okay. All right, that's more like it. And that takes us here. It's pretty cool. And this opens these guys up. So it actually kind of works right away. Isn't that nice? Should log that this happened. So let's see. What do we normally do? We do log response. So log response 200 because things were good. Maybe we should do that from send response actually. Log response 200, and we need a request. So I guess we'll take the request here so that we can pass it along to log response. Send response request, and that means that we got to pass it into handle directory listing as well, which is fine. So we'll just say you take a core HTTP request, as do my friend, as does my friend send response. All right, and here we take the HTTP request simply to pass it along, and now we don't need to make a byte buffer here. All right, so this double slash here is bothering me a little bit, so let's get rid of that. We can just do a file system path from path string, because this will canonicalize the path and remove any duplicate slashes and dot business, I think. It did not do that. Wait, did I? Frick, I thought that would have, oh, right, I have to do it down here as well. Let's take a look at that guy. Who's calling this? Path. Path is ... followed by the canonical path, which is /directory. Right, so we could actually be sneaky boys here and do this. Yeah, there we go. And actually, we don't want this to be part of the path that we show, because this is the actual file system path on the machine, and we want to hide that. I'm just realizing. So it's this is the path that we want to be passing in, the canonical path. We don't want to be doing this business right here that I started getting into. So slightly silly. So we should instead pass in both the, this is like the real path, I guess. So let's rename this real path. And the canonical path is like, I want to call it like the requested path. Call requested. I feel like that's a better name for it. So real path, and then for the directory listing, we'll pass in the real path and the requested path. So this will be the requested path and real path. And we print the requested path, but we iterate the real path. All right, that'll be good. So requested path, and that's That's the wrong type. I'm sorry. Canonical path. Canonicalized path. We can just do that, yeah. Because I think that will do the same thing. Yeah, it's just a helper that does this. So that simplifies it a little bit. We don't have to do dot string everywhere, so that's slightly nicer. Okay. Now we are talking. I like how that works. Okay, this is very, very nice. So I think maybe we'll call this the first version. So let's do the libcore stuff first. So just add file exists file name. It's a rather nice helper. It's like this thing that you so often want to express, right? Like, does this file exist? And I think it makes a lot of sense to have an expressive helper for something like this, so that I can say like this, right? Like, does this file exist? Instead of having to stat the thing or use like access syscall or something like that, which to me is less expressive, at least. Because if you're doing a stat, then you might be doing that for so many reasons, but you really just want to know if something exists. You want to say, does this exist, so that the code is more readable. Anyway, let's commit this stuff here. So WebServer, start add basic directory listing. If you navigate to a directory that doesn't get requests for if a directory does not have an index.html file, we will now generate a directory listing HTML document for that directory on the fly. Cool. So we can probably do a little bit better than this. Like, we could make it look a little bit more like ls, sort of like put it on these longer lines, and we could have like file size and the date, maybe. That'd be kind of interesting. I think that might be nice. So then what do? We just have to, now we're gonna have to stat the things anyway, but because I don't have an abstraction to get metadata for a file yet, and I don't really feel like building that one right now, but it's not so bad. So here, maybe instead of li, we'll do something different. So we'll put these guys in a div. For some reason, I just want to do that. And then we can actually no, let's not put them in a div, let's put them in a pre. Let's straight up pre this. Maybe pre is not right, because we want to use maybe pre is okay. Yeah, maybe pre is okay, but let's see. So builder append. This one is a bit trickier though, because now we need to like fill up with white space. So let's say like the size t name column width is going to be 60 characters, maybe, or maybe 40. I don't know, just something. Because the thing is, we don't have HTML tables, so I gotta hack this a little bit. We don't have it in the Serenity browser. Actually, we should have looked at this in the Serenity browser, just to see what it's like. Browsely browse. So we'll go to HTTP localhost 8000. That's the start page. And look at that. Isn't it beautiful? It's really cool. But let's switch it up now. So let's do the pre thing. So since I don't have tables, we gotta do some manual hackery. So we go from 0 to name column width minus name length. And we'll just do builder append space. And you know, there's a less ridiculous way of doing that. Actually, we could just use a format string, something like this. Okay, and then we want to put say the file size. So we'll do something like 8U. Continue. I don't know. We'll stat the thing here. So struct stat the oh, we gotta create the file name too. Here path builder append / builder append the name stat builder to string characters st if this works. File size 0. Then we'll say that, actually I guess it's an off t, so file size is st.size, and we'll need frickin' sysstat here anyway, after I was talking so nicely about having a nicer abstraction for this, but we'll live with it. Wait a moment. Do I need UniSTD as well, maybe? Yeah, that was it. Okay. And a new line, and I guess let's just see where we're at with this file size. Oh shit, right. File size. It's not exactly how I intended this to look like. Oh, appendf. Shit. Right. But I'm churning out the new line here, but it doesn't come through. Oh shit, I'm making a new builder right here. Why is it letting me do that? That's so stupid. Oh, look at this. This is so awful. Path builder. Wow, that's some next level shadowing. You're like using it right before here, and then yeah. Okay. Okay, so these numbers look slightly insane. I guess because it thinks I'm giving it 64-bit numbers, which I'm not. Okay. It's more like it. Now, oh, that makes the name link look a bit stupid. I guess I should have done it that silly way anyway. Alright. So, we're gonna nice this up. Name length is 40 minus name length plus I. Okay, and what can we do in addition to the file size? And modification date, right? So we'll do like space, and then we can do a core datetime now to string. Wait, that's not what we want. We don't want now. We want from timestamp the stat mtime. Modification time is what we want. Also, let's see. I don't know why I'm doing it this way, so let's just do it this way instead. Wait, it doesn't like that. Ugh. Ha. Okay, now we are talking. So this guy does not have a modification time. How does that end up? Okay, let's see. Dot should have. It's a bit weird. I'm guessing that it ends up. This is a zeros, right? But how does that happen? Statting. Let's see what we're statting here. Statted. And time. Okay, let's just see what it says. Okay, so we're failing to stat directory ... Why does that fail? It doesn't fail here. fails. What the heck? FRC. Let's pair this and see what comes out. What? Invalid argument. Say what? Invalid argument. Well, that's an unexpected error. Okay, so stat. Why does stat e-inval? Path resolution can e-inval if the path is empty. That's basically it. So wait, is this in the stat user space function? No. All right. Syscall path argument can e-inval if the path length is 0. Let's just see here. E-inval for path length 0. I'm just curious if that's what's happening. Oh. Why are we getting this broken M time for this path? Very weird. That's not why, okay. Then are we getting it in VFS path resolution? And well, for empty path. Where are we? Oh shit. It's the unveil code. Oh right. We don't let you have // you can't use /./ and that's a limitation right now, so we have to improve the unveil implementation. Okay, so that's a dead end for now, because that's working on that now would increase the scope of this video way too much. So okay, it's good to know. Okay, right, so let me show you what I mean by this. So the web server, when it starts up, it uses the pledge mitigation and also unveil. So what that means in practice is that the web server cannot open files outside of this subdirectory, and it can only open things for reading. So the web server is actually extremely limited in what parts of the file system that it can access. And then, as you see here, it's also extremely limited in which system calls it can use, because it can only do standard input-output, accept incoming connections on already open sockets, and read from the file system. And as we saw here, it can only read from a very limited subtree. So let me show you what that looks like in the process inspector, by the way. Because, I mean, I already showed it in the video where I was making the web server, but it's good to see what this means in practice, right? So if we look at this process right here, we can see that his veil, the file system veil, is locked, and it has pledged this very limited set of system calls. So see here, only www is available, and it can only read. So if you were to connect to this web server from the outside and take control of it to get remote code execution, you still are very limited in what you can do from that remote code execution environment. Something that I think is really neat. Anyways, so we're gonna live with this little bug here for now. But I think that this is still a huge improvement. Let's see how it looks inside Serenity's own browser. Directory. All right. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I feel like Apache web servers generate some kind of a little thing at the bottom. They usually say something there. I want to say something there too, but let's just see. Boof. All right, let's see what shows up here. Oh yeah, something like this. So it's very similar, but let's put some nice little footer, and we can put these HRs too. So we'll put an HR here. An HR there, an HR below, and then we'll also put some nice little text. Web server, Serenity OS. Is that what we normally call ourselves? Yes, it is. Okay. And we don't have to say anything more than this, actually. We can just don't have to get fancier than that at the moment. Just say generated by, just for funsies. Now, that's pretty cool. And of course, these things actually work. If you open them, then you actually get that thing. All right, so I think let's commit now. So I'm not going to actually commit this test directory, but it's easy enough to make your own. WebServer show file size and modification time and directory listing. So this exposed also add a nice little some rulers and a nice little footer. This exposed an issue with the unveil implementation, which currently disallows currently short circuits path resolution for any path containing /dot. This cause the dot entry to show up with a 1970 M time for now. Thanks, man. Yeah, okay. So I think this is going to be it for today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, for hanging out, and I hope that you saw something interesting here. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result. And it's fun to work on the web server, obviously. And since last time I worked on it, I actually made it work in the Serenity browser as well. That was just a matter of fixing the networking code in the kernel so that we could talk to ourselves over TCP. So now that works. And yeah, this is pretty awesome. I'm really happy with it. And we'll see what we do next time. So thanks for hanging out. See you next time.